Welcome to Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys. It is another hot one. We're looking that way all weekend long. And we're at 87 degrees now. We're on our way to 92 once again. We'll get your complete forecast here in just a few moments. Going to say good morning to Tom Sweets. He is Executive Director, Key West Wildlife Center. Good morning to you, Thomas.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me on. We really appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk about what's going on at the Wildlife Center.
There's a lot going on at the Wildlife Center. We talked about baby bird season. It is here. It comes in waves. Actually, if I could take 2 seconds, I'm going to tell you a baby bird story. You can tell me whether I did the right thing or not.
Sure.
So here's what happened, just to take a little turn. I was out for kind of a jog as best I can out on a bridge in the lower Keys. There was a bird hopping around on the bridge in the middle of the bridge next to the berm, but it had nowhere to go. Concrete berm, next to the wall, that kind of thing. And it was kind of hopping up and down, traffic going very fast, right next to it. I tried to get it to hop in one direction. It would only go in one direction, and then it would hop in the other, and almost fell down a drain pipe a couple of different times. I finally relented, and I managed to pick it up, and I moved it to a wooded area and left it there. There were no nests to be seen. I think it eventually did fly away, but it was not able to do so when I saw it. Was that correct or incorrect?
No, that was absolutely correct. That's most of the time. That's all these younger birds that are in trouble need. These fledglings, they will leave the nest and they will be on the ground. Some of them do have the ability to fly, and some of them don't when they leave the nest. But they're still going to, even if you were to put them back in the nest, they're just going to leave because it's safer on the ground for them than it is in the nest. And you did just the right thing. If you see a bird hopping around, especially on a situation like that where there's no real escape and there's an imminent danger, yes, you did just the right thing. A lot of people are hesitant to touch younger birds because they think that's going to put the parents off, but that's not true at all. The parents aren't going to be put off by that. And you did just the right thing. You try to sort of push it into the direction it needs to go, but if it's not going to do that, then yes, you are certainly okay, as a good Samaritan, to pick up the bird and just move them to a safe place. And that's exactly what you need, because these birds are they will find their parents again by calling. So it's not terribly important that they remain exactly where they were found. They can be moved, I'd say even up to a block. And when the parents come looking for them, they will be able to find them by calling. So you did just the right thing, and thank you for the rescue.
Oh, well, absolutely. It was definitely an imminent danger. It would have hopped into traffic or gone down a drain, and that would be that. And and there were no nests apparent anywhere, because it was with probably, it was a very long bridge. There was nothing in either direction. That it could have gotten to. So how it got there, I don't know. Maybe flew and then stopped and, ran out of gas. I don't know.
Well, like I said, they will start taking short little flights, but they're certainly not masters of flight. So these short little flights can end them up in places where they probably shouldn't be. So yes, if they have enough time, they will probably, well, in this case, if he was trapped by the walls of, if it was a bridge, then he might not have been able to fly that much. It really depends. They all sort of have different levels of skills when they come out of the nests, and then they learn them pretty quickly when they're on the ground. But yes, he may not have been able to get up that high, and you definitely saved him. So
he couldn't. And hopefully the parents find him. Will other birds adopt a bird? Because there were a lot of other birds around. Or will they attack it? What happens there?
Well, you could have either, but you're correct that there are certain birds, the northern mockingbirds will raise youngsters that are not theirs.
Oh, good.
The grackles will do that as well. Yes, they will take over feeding them. And they will continue to, support them. If they find a baby that's in distress, they will start feeding it. It's pretty amazing. They generally won't do it for other species. Occasionally you will find birds that may, in certain situations, feed other types of babies, but mostly they're going to stick to their same species. And yes, the mockingbirds will do it. The grackles will do it, and even some of the dove species will do it if they find a baby that's truly in distress. So they know this by calling and the type of call that they get. they know, what the sort of status is of the baby. The baby will be crying and making a lot more noise if it hasn't been fed in a long time.
Well, it was
yeah.
no longer in the spot that I put it in. It was well away from traffic and everything else and your other birds. But point being, and I don't mean to divert everything, but I was paying attention every time we go through the diagram there. What to do when you find a baby bird at the Key West Wildlife Center.org website under seasonal bird tips. And we've talked about this before, and that schematic diagram came to mind, and your words came to mind as I was trying to figure out what to do in the middle of this bridge. So thank you for that. But we are in baby bird season, as evidenced by that story, and there's a lot of other rescues happening. But again, baby birds are they're abounding right now.
Yes, I mean, we're sort of through our first wave, which is usually the biggest wave of baby birds.
Yes.
It starts in early spring and it goes till right about now. So the first wave of the babies have left the nest and fledged. Now we will have a second wave coming. Generally, the songbirds and the doves and pigeons, they will have 2 to 3. If their first babies are successful, then you may have less of a chance of second or third tries, but a lot of times we will get second or third tries. So we're sort of in the middle of the second round of babies. So we've made it through the first one, which is usually the most intense, and then the second and third will be occurring now and just, into the late summer. So yes, it's still really important, if you find a baby bird on the ground and he's fully feathered, that's usually where he's supposed to be. But again, we're so thankful that that chart that we put out helped you in your situation. And it can help a lot of people sort of figure it out. If a baby bird's on the ground and he's feathered, that's usually a sign that he's pretty good to go on the ground. And they do spend time on the ground. The doves and pigeons are going to be just sitting there. They're not really going to move. And the songbirds, the mockingbirds and the grackles, they will be hopping around, squawking, and the parents will usually be nearby. Now, a lot of people think that these birds have just fallen out of the nest, but they really haven't if they're fully feathered. Certainly when we have wind events or storm events, or sometimes, the birds, first time parents don't build the best nests, especially with the doves. They will build it in a place like in a palm tree frond on the edge, and it's not very well balanced, and they will fall. So there are times when we do need to intervene and help the baby birds, but we're always available. Thank goodness for modern technology, because we're able to have callers take pictures of the bird, and then we can sort of ascertain what stage they are in, and if they need to be just placed somewhere safe, or if they actually need to be rescued. So yes, that's still probably our biggest, reason for people calling. But, as you said, we have had some other rescues. We've got right now an American white pelican that was rescued down right at the side of US 1 at Shark Key. And that bird came in very high level, of parasites, very emaciated. They were migrating, they migrate through, and this bird, they usually don't land. You do have a small group of them up at the Key West Golf Course, but generally the large migrations of white pelicans are going to be way high up in the air, and they really are only going to land to either feed or if there's something wrong. And that was the situation here. And thankfully, this white pelican has bounced back. This bird is extremely energetic, and we're actually working with the Wild Bird Center in Tavernier. They have a white pelican, and they're going to bring that white pelican down to us, and we're going to keep them together until they're both ready to be released, because they are very social and communal birds. And it's probably, if there's two of them at two different facilities, we'd sort of like to combine them, so that they're together. And then when we release them, they are together. So that's sort of a nice story. And other birds we've got around right now is a couple of great white herons. Both of those birds were rescued down underweight and weak. And we're not sure. It may be, with all that sargassum that we have right now out there, I've been noticing a lot, and people that are out on the shorelines probably can see it too, but we're noticing a lot of the shorebirds out there feeding, which is mostly a good thing. But if there are fish kills going on and these birds end up eating, deceased fish, sometimes they can get certain bacterial problems, sickness. So we're thinking that's possibly what both of these birds had. One of them was rescued at Charterboat Row. The other one, I believe, was up at Sigsbee Navy Base, but they're both recovering now, and they're both doing well, so they should be released. The white pelican, as soon as we get that other one, we'll get those birds released. So yeah, it's a busy time. Not quite as busy as you would think, during pelican season when we're running around all over town. But the amount of calls we get is more with the baby birds because there's baby birds down in everybody's backyard, so everybody's calling. And we thank you for, that's great that you've helped us get that word out, and it actually helped in your situation for the rescue. So we do really appreciate that.
It has, and it was heartwarming to see that bird get down on the ground and start hopping around. Eventually, did fly away. So please do help birds in distress if you see that is the case. We're speaking with Thomas Sweets. He is the executive director of Key West Wildlife Center. Again, go to keywestwildlifecenter.org, seasonal bird tips, to find out more. And of course, we have the phone number we'll give out in just a second. I saw a green heron, too, was a victim of a vehicle strike. That sounds pretty severe. Then there was that. Were those calls that you got from people who noticed the bird that had been stricken? Or
yes, and that bird is still in the clinic, still pretty much critical condition. He just has a really bad headache. He got his bell rung pretty severely, and that's the kind of thing. We are treating the bird with anti-inflammatories. That's something that will take the pain and the swelling down. And we've got our fingers crossed with this bird, still hanging in there, which is good. If they make it through the first 24 hours from a severe trauma impact like that, then chances are pretty good that they'll pull through. But yes, that bird is in care. I just checked him a few minutes ago, and that green heron is still really what I would call critical, not really able to hold his head up, but hanging in there. I mean, these little guys, for the size that they are, they're pretty tough. They can survive a lot of different things. So we're hoping this one pulls through.
Yeah, indeed. Also, I saw a laughing gull, another vehicle strike. Some people might not know what to do if a bird is struck by their vehicle or by another one, but there is still the opportunity to save that bird, even with a vehicle strike.
Yeah, that is true. And it depends on, how it's hit and where it's hit. And, but the gulls, you talk about a tough animal, those gulls, they're probably the toughest. The gulls and terns are probably the toughest birds that we deal with. I think it's just because of where they are, sort of out on the nearshore waters where, they get all the battering from the wind and the waves. And they live in a tough environment, and they are able to, that gull is actually, recovered, and they are extremely tough. But you are correct. It's hard to, sometimes you don't see a bird and you might not even know that you've hit it. Sometimes you can avoid it. But sometimes you just can't. Sometimes they fly right into the windshield or to the grill. And, and that happens if you were to stop, just make sure you're being safe and not stopping traffic or causing an accident. If the bird is down and not able to move, you can certainly call us. A lot of times they will fly away from the initial hit until the trauma really starts to set in. But yeah, we are certainly here. And you mentioned that phone number. Anybody can call us 24 hours a day. That's 305-292-1008. And we are available 24/7. You'll talk to a live person. And a lot of times we'll ask for a photograph depending on the situation, and that, that's how we can, that's really helpful. That helps us sort of figure out what's going on with the bird, the body language, if it has an injury or how old it is, if it's a baby bird. So that's a really big help to us, and we're happy to have that technology available.
Yeah, Key West Wildlife Center, Thomas Sweets speaking with us this morning. And I tell you, the new facilities of the Wildlife Center really have helped us continue to provide these life-saving, methodologies, techniques, and practices for these birds as well.
Yes, the hydrotherapy especially has been, it's been, in our old center, we really sort of had to rig something up in order to take a bird and give him the hydrotherapy. And that really, really helps. A lot of times when these birds do have impacts, they end up, not being able to stand. They'll have swelling, in their spine, and they won't be able to stand. A lot of impacts that happens. And, having a hydrotherapy tub where you can put them in there and then they are floating, or you're taking, you can, depending on the level of water, you can take pressure off of the legs, and it allows them to actually move them without the stress of their body weight on the legs. And we've really, that's one thing that we're so thankful that the community donated to give us at the center, and we've been using it almost every day, for different birds. It's a perfect way to rehabilitate birds, and it really helps out. So yeah, we've got the hydrotherapy, and we've got a lot of other things that we didn't have, or if we did have them, they were not really up to the level that we were able to have with the new facility. So again, we thank the whole community for allowing us to do that. And, it is summer. It's really our slowest time of the year for donations. So we're always looking for donations to help us maintain this wonderful center and to keep us, able to respond to, the rescues from marker 0 up to 33. So, if anybody wanted to go on the website, it's really easy. There's a donation portal there. It's keywestwildlifecenter.org.
Yeah. Again, rehabilitating over 1,400 wild birds annually. Also provide rescue services for sea turtles, tortoises, as well as marine and land mammals as well. And of course, don't forget the chickens too. Key West chickens. You provide services for them.
Yes, we provide services all around the whole range of critters, as you say. So, we appreciate everybody's support and allowing us to keep being able to do that. And, we are a nonprofit. Our only source is through private donations. So we really do rely on the community. And they really came through to help us build this new center. And,
Yes.
A new center requires a lot of upkeep and a lot of things going on. So, we're always appreciative of when people donate so that we continue to do the job.
Well, it's heartwarming work. It's necessary work. And we certainly appreciate you doing it and all those who help with the Key West Wildlife Center through donations. Go to the website, keywestwildlifecenter.org. Volunteers also help make things continue at the Key West Wildlife Center as well.
Yes, that is correct. And especially this time of year, a lot of the snowbirds are gone and we're sort of down to our skeleton crew. And we, yes, anybody that's interested in volunteering, probably the easiest way, since our rescue line is always so busy, it's probably easier just to email us, at Key West. It's all one word, Key West Wildlife Center at Hotmail. And if they shoot us an email, we'll get them right over to our volunteer coordinator. But yes, that is great that you mentioned that, because it's not only the funding that we need, it is also, people as well. So certainly shoot us an email if you have some time to volunteer. That's wonderful.
Absolutely. Okay, Thomas, I know you've got a busy day to get to. We will let you get to it at that, unless there's anything else we need to mention.
No, thank you. And I'm so glad that you were able to help that bird. I appreciate that. And thank you for your rescue. And thank you for allowing us to get on and talk to the public about these issues.
Well, and again, I just got a little taste of maybe some of the, what do you call it? I'm a little lost for words, but how you are drawn to what you do and everybody there. It really is heartwarming when you save a defenseless creature like that. It's amazing.
Sure. The experience. Yes. It's, it's and then worrying about what to do and trying to make that decision and everything. So yes, and we are here to help. If you get into a situation like that, just give us a call and we'll try to talk it through.
Yep, 305-292-1008. Go to keywestwildlifecenter.org for all the resources that you may need, or reach out at any time via phone. Thank you, Thomas, so much for being here and all of the knowledge you impart upon us. We will talk to you again very soon.
Thank you very much and have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You do the same. Thomas Sweets, Executive Director, Key West Wildlife Center, keywestwildlifecenter.org. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We return with more of Good Morning Keys in a moment.
Are you frustrated by weight gain even though you constantly diet? Do you have low energy or always feel tired? It could be hormonal imbalance. Hormonal imbalances, especially as we age, can be the cause of depression, weight gain, mood swings, decreased libido, and many other chronic conditions. At Keys Med Spa, we have helped thousands of women and men regain their hormonal balance with BioT, bioidentical hormone optimization therapy, and the results are life-changing. Keys Med Spa BioT hormone therapy is safe, effective, painless, and affordable. And the big difference at Keys Med Spa, this is all overseen by renowned Dr. Peterson, who has had a medical practice in the Keys for over 27 years. Cool sculpting, Botox, skin treatments, BioT hormone therapy, and more. Dr. Peterson and his team are here to help you maintain your youthful glow and vitality. To see if BioT hormone therapy is right for you, call Keys Med Spa today at 305-587-9183.
The Greenhouse. Have you been there yet? We even spell it with 3 E's to help you smile when you say it. That's our goal. We carry the largest selection of hemp-derived THC and CBD products in Monroe County. If you've been taking medication for anxiety, depression, inflammation, lack of sleep, or muscle and joint pain, and it's just not working, or you don't like the side effects, we can help. If you're looking to chill, relax, escape, focus, or even break out into euphoric fits of laughter, we can help there too. No medical card is needed. You just have to be 21 or over. Our 3 locations are open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. In Key West, we're at 431 Front Street, just in front of Mallory Square. In Marathon, you can find us at mile marker 52 at 10875 Overseas Highway. In Key Largo, we're at 99304 Overseas Highway in the middle of the road. Swing on by, share your goals with us, and we'll recommend a product to help you reach them. And we back our recommendations with a 100% money-back guarantee. The Greenhouse. Stop on by and find out what the buzz is all about today.
Visit one of the 12 locations of the Greenhouse, including 9 in the Keys and featuring their newest store at 3128 North Roosevelt, Key West.
Hey, Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends. Really from Two Friends. So Maura and I were sitting at breakfast in the bar, listening to live music at 8:30 a.m. on a Tuesday. She's about to enjoy some huevos rancheros and me shrimp and grits with fried oysters. Heart healthy. And Maura says, Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore. It was perfect because we didn't move here because Key West is like a lot of other places. We moved here because it isn't like any other place on earth. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends, 512 Front Street in Old Town, Key West, or twofriends.com.
The voice of Monroe County, yours. This is Good Morning Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And Good Morning Keys, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The talk of the Keys, 86 degrees currently on our way to 92. Wow, they are calling for a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. That's popped up a little bit as far as likelihood goes. 40% chance of rain tonight. And 83 tomorrow, 92 again for your high. 10% chance of rain. And Sunday, topping out the weekend, 92, mostly sunny. So that should be nice for the weekend for the most part. We're going to say good morning to Kerry Baker. She's the executive director of the Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce. Good morning to you, Kerry.
Good morning, Michael. How are you?
I am doing quite well, thanks. I hope you are the same.
I am. Thank you. It's great. It's a nice Friday.
Yes.
Excuse me. Hopefully I felt it coming. I knew it was coming. Hopefully it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So the sky is blue looking out of my window. So hopefully it'll be a wonderful Key West Chamber weather weekend.
I think it will be. Absolutely. We are in paradise. It's always pleasant. And also I'll remind our listeners that they can actually hear and see this conversation once again on Keys Living TV, locally channel 27 over the air, as well as on Roku streaming worldwide and on an app at your app store. Free download, Keys Living TV. Good Morning Keys runs again on the television side, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily. So, we are into the summer months. The Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce is constantly providing resources to help our businesses through some seasonal fluctuations that we all experience from time to time. And there's a seminar coming up pretty shortly here that's going to discuss some of those issues and service during some of the slower seasons.
Yeah, we have a seminar scheduled for Tuesday, August 11th from 1 to 4:30. It's being facilitated by Elisa Levy. I think most people know Elisa. She's very well respected in the community. And we've tied this in a little bit different this time. Usually we do annually a customer service seminar. This one, we're adding a little bit of a twist to it. It's called Grace Under Pressure, delivering exceptional service when it matters the most. As we know, especially if you're in the sales industry, the tourism industry, when business is slow, it's hard to stay positive. It's hard to stay motivated. So what we're going to do is just offer some tools to keep your staff and your frontline people motivated during the slower months. Also re-energizing your longtime, veteran staff members. Sometimes we all need that, push to get charged up during the slower months. So we think it's a good time to do it. Businesses are a little bit on the slower time this time of the year. So hopefully they'll be able to allow their staff members to come in and do it. I enjoy myself, sitting in on various seminars. It's always good to get a refresher on how to navigate your time, how to deal with difficult people. And Elisa always does a really good job. So it'll be Tuesday, August the 11th. It's from 1 to 4:30. The Doubletree is always gracious enough to allow us space to come in and facilitate our programs. So we certainly thank them for their continued partnerships as well.
Yeah, Kerry Baker, she's Executive Director, Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce. And again, there are so many resources available to businesses in our area through the Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce. And whether you are a member or not, you can benefit from an open dialogue with the city at an open business table forum, I believe. That's also coming up in August in collaboration with the city of Key West.
It is on August the 4th. They did something similar with the Realtors Association, and I heard wonderful things about it. They had an open dialogue. So city staff, through the leadership of Brian, came in, the various department heads, and they offered a kind of a roundtable discussion with realtors to talk about things that affected their industry. And the mayor during our forum offered to have the same facilitated for the business communities. We thought it was fantastic. We took them up on the opportunity. So we thank the mayor for that suggestion. We were able to schedule it yesterday. So on Tuesday, August the 4th, from 11:30 to 1:30, this is open for business owners, business leaders, anyone connected to the business community. You do not have to be a member of the chamber. You just have to be tied in with a business. So it'll be on Tuesday, August the 4th at City Hall. So they open up the dais. It's actually pretty cool because those chairs come out and they're going to have some round tables set up for us. The chamber will provide a lunch. We are asking for reservations just so we can track accordingly for setup. You can register online at the chamber website. And again, we'll provide a complimentary lunch. The city will have department heads on staff from code enforcement, engineering, planning, business licensing, just to be able to help the business community answer some of their questions, maybe even, address some of the concerns. We're going to give some topics to the city ahead of time. Again, it's part of the city's collaboration of trying to not only work with the residents, but work with the business community and the various industries in town. So we certainly appreciate that continued partnership.
Yes, indeed. Again, Kerry Baker, she's Executive Director, Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce. And we always have networking events as well with the chamber and also social events as well. And let's see, we've got a business after hours coming up with the Key West Cooking School on the 20th of this month with Christmas in July.
Our Christmas in July, yes, we love that. And a little fun fact on that, Michael, is Kelly Marshall, who now oversees and runs the Key West Cooking Show. We actually started this with her back at the Hard Rock. People may remember that's how she kind of started in Key West. So when the opportunity sadly arose when the Hard Rock closed, Kelly reached out to me and was like, hey, we'd love to continue with that program. So it's a really good opportunity. Not only do we get to host our business after hours where our members get to network, but we also get to start the first push for collecting, toys for children in our community. It's always great to give back. And sadly, there are many children that without the generosity of our community wouldn't have a great Christmas. So we're happy as the chamber to be a part of this community, the business community, our workforce. We are the residents as well of the community of Key West. So we have been doing this, I want to say for at least 20 years, if not a little bit longer. So our members all come in and we bring new unwrapped toys that we're able to donate and get the kickoff for our Christmas in July. So we're looking forward to that. Key West Cooking Show, if you have not been, it's a phenomenal, new venture in Key West. Ed and Chris definitely went above and beyond in the design of that. So it's always nice to be able to get out and not only support our chamber members, allow our membership the opportunity. I also welcome people that are not members of the chamber. If you're interested in coming to learn a little bit more about what the chamber has to offer, we'd love to have you at our business after hours. So that event is on Monday, July 20th. It'll be from 5:30 to 7:30 at the Key West Cooking Show, which is located right down in the shops of Mallory Square. It's summertime. If you haven't checked out the shops of Mallory Square in quite some time, you need to check that out as well, because it is full of small businesses, which is what the kind of heart and soul of our, business makeup is in Key West. And we certainly always recommend and encourage to support them.
Absolutely. You do that all the time, advocating for businesses large and small in the city of Key West with the Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce. Then we have a general membership meeting coming up at the end of the month. As always, 29th is the date for this month's general membership meeting. Thanks to Keys Federal Credit Union and other great local businesses sponsoring that luncheon. Speaker will be Captain Josh Empen, the commander of Coast Guard Sector Key West. And again, that kind of exemplifies the strong relationship that our business community has in supporting our military here locally.
Absolutely. I think anyone knows Key West has always been known to be a military-friendly town, and we appreciate the time that Coast Guard gives us, GIADF, as well as Captain Thompson at NAS Key West. They are a huge part of our community, and they are a huge part, even looking at it from a different way, of our business community, because they have a very strong economic impact to our community, not only between the personnel that are permanently or temporarily per se stationed here for during their duty cycle, but they have a lot of transient training groups that come in They bring a lot of commerce into our community and support the economic viability of our community. So it's extremely important that we have strong relationships with them. We want them to know that we appreciate them. They are part of our community. Their children are part of our community. The spouses are workforce of our community. So we certainly appreciate Captain Empton coming in and giving us a rundown of what's new at Coast Guard Sector Key West. And we're looking forward to that on the 29th. And I would be remiss if I didn't give a little plug to Ivy League, new business located down at 211 Symington Street. We will be hosting their ribbon cutting with them on Friday, July the 17th. I believe it's from 3 to 5. So we are looking forward to that. And it's always great to see new businesses open up, and the chamber is certainly always happy to be a part of the ribbon cutting. We certainly look forward to the mayor as well as other commissioners that are able to attend to coming out for that as well. It means a lot to these small businesses when city officials show up for their events. It truly does mean a lot to them. So we certainly thank the mayor as well as the other commissioners that are always able to join in on those events as well.
That is true. It's Kerry Baker. She's Executive Director, Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce. Speaking of the city, thanks to the city in partnership and collaboration with the Key West Chamber of Commerce in developing the Keep Key West Beautiful Partnership, which is known as a Beautification Award, honoring pride, care, and community spirit. This is now a few months old, and it recognizes businesses that take extra pride and care in the appearance of their business that, enhances that of Key West in general.
Absolutely. And you can nominate a business. This program runs, I always get confused with this, Michael. I guess it's west of White Street. I always want to say south, but it's not technically south. I think it's technically west. So I'm sure I'm wrong. I try not to be wrong, but basically the downtown historic corridor, any business that you see. And again, this has nothing to do with one's affiliation with the chamber. This is a program that we started. There's so many small businesses that go above and beyond with the cleanliness, maintenance. You see them out there landscaping, you see them painting. Their businesses always look beautiful, and we want to give recognition to that. You can nominate a business by going to the chamber's website, which is just keywestchamber.org. It's right on the homepage. It's very easy to do that. And we also have another part to that where we recognize employees and individuals that go above and beyond in providing hospitality. We were very lucky at the last meeting to recognize Terry Craney, very humble individual. She does so much to bring so much joy to the downtown area. She's kind of a staple on Duval Street. She actually, helps a lot of the other bar establishments out, even during the holidays, working and bartending their holiday parties. But it really was a great honor to be able to give that recognition to Terry. And that's what it's all about. So if there's an individual that you interact with that goes above and beyond, I know Commissioner Haskell sent in a nomination that we're going to be looking at our meeting next week. So we certainly appreciate, nominations from the community as well. So just check out the chamber's website, which is keywestchamber.org. It's very easy right on the homepage. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself, Francesca, or any staff members here at the chamber at 305-294-2587.
Okay, Kerry Baker, Executive Director, Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce, on Good Morning Keys. And it's not too early to start talking about the barbecue rib battle. How is it possible? This is the 7th annual, but it is 7th annual BBQ rib battle presented by Shots and Giggles and the Key West Chamber of Commerce. That is a great event where you can showcase your business through sponsorship opportunities, and we encourage all to come down and be a part of the barbecue rib battle. That's going to happen Sunday, September 6th, which is Labor Day weekend, I believe, traditionally the case.
It is Labor Day weekend. We talked about change, and it is very hot in September. However, everyone knows it's Labor Day weekend, so that Sunday works out. So on September the 6th, right here on Ann Street, so it works out of people. It's such a convenient location because it's right in the middle of Shots and Giggles and the chamber. We close down the street for a few hours. It's from 12 to 4. We have a whole bunch of people that are going to have their barbecue on hand to help the chamber with this fundraiser. We will have beverages, a bar, we have craft beer, a nice beer truck. So there's certainly a lot of opportunity. First State Bank is our premier sponsor. We have Ocean Blue, Shaw Construction, and there is another one that came in yesterday, and I'm going to, Francesca, who's the fourth sponsor for that? For the barbecue, the new sponsor?
Is
Shaw Construction. Sorry about that. I know we're on the
Stanley
radio.
Shaw.
I didn't want to forget to mention someone. So we certainly thank everyone, for that. There's volunteer opportunities. So we're looking for volunteers to come out. It is a lot of fun. It's a local event. We have some visitors that happen upon it as well. You provide our entertainment. So thank you very much on that. We have a tent in the street. So it's a great opportunity to just have some fun and eat some great barbecue.
Yeah, and Francesca's right on it. Stanley Shaw Construction is already on the poster, so she's.
I don't want to forget to miss someone, and you always hate that when businesses are generous to sponsor events. Your biggest fear as the host is to not mention someone. So thank you for that. I just hated to have that little side conversation online, but I'd rather do it and not miss a sponsor.
No,
so
that's fine.
Appreciate them.
And proceeds from events such as this go to some great community initiatives as well.
It is. I mean, this is how we raise the money. As everyone knows, we've continually been trying to support Firm. So we had pledged a $15,000 donation to them over 3 years. So we've been doing $5,000 a year. So we've continued to do that. We do holiday decorating contests. So we encourage businesses to decorate during the holidays. It's how we're able to participate in the Christmas parade and buy all the candy for everyone that's there. So candy's expensive, but it's our honor to be a part of that. And just, to be able to give back in the community, to bring in facilitators, our sponsors, our speakers at our seminars and different things. So our money that we do from this is what we use to be able to give back into programs that we sponsor in the community.
Well, and all the support that the Chamber does for education and teachers and all of that too. It's, it's more than noteworthy that all of the support the Chamber gives back to.
Absolutely, Michael. Everything that we do in the community for education is all made possible through the generosity of our members. We were able to be a $5,000 sponsor again for the Key West High School fashion show. And again, this is how we're able to raise money to do that. So through the generosity of our members, we're able to raise a little money that we're able to put back into programs in the community. And it's really, supporting our youth, supporting our businesses, supporting the residents and making sure that we have programs that everyone can enjoy.
Yeah, indeed. Well, you can find out more by going to keywestchamber.org. You can see all the benefits of membership if you are not a member already. If you are, you may be aware of the resources available to you. We may have just talked about a couple that you were unaware of, and we're happy to enlighten you on those now. But Kerry, anything else we should mention before we let you get back to a busy Friday?
That is it. Thank you, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I have my fingers crossed that we are going to have Chamber of Commerce weather this weekend.
I think we most certainly will. Well, you have a wonderful day, and thanks to you and everybody at the Chamber who does so much for our community. We will talk soon.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great weekend.
You do the same. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Kerry Baker, Executive Director, Key West Chamber of Commerce, the Greater Key West Chamber of Commerce, online at keywestchamber.org. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. We return with more of Good Morning Keys in a moment.
Let's talk trash. I'm Taylor Conrath, and my family's been taking care of your family's trash for years. In fact, we've operated Marathon Garbage Service and kept the Middle Keys clean since my great-grandpa, John Conrath, founded the company in 1950. That's a lot of years talking trash and hauling trash. And these days, we take care of your family's recyclables in addition to commercial and residential waste removal. The Conrath family and our entire team of great employees takes pride in keeping our community clean, from the north end of the 7 Mile Bridge to Craig Key. Now it's my generation of Conraths working together with my grandfather and my dad to continue the tradition and commitment started in 1950 at Marathon Garbage Service. The Conrath family is always there for your family. If you need to talk trash, just call us at 305-743-5165. That's 305-743-5165. Or visit us at 4290 Overseas Highway in Marathon and online at marathongarbageservice.com.
Step back in time. Step back into Old Town. Step into Old Town Bakery with fresh baked treats like pastries, cookies, brownies, and fresh breads made every morning. Enjoy hot and cold delicious ground coffee always brewing and handcrafted breakfast and lunch sandwiches made to order on oven fresh breads. And now Old Town Bakery features spinach mushroom feta quiche and ham and cheese quiche, delectable for breakfast or lunch by the slice. Get a whole quiche pie by ordering in store with 24 hours advance notice, and enjoy new cream-filled croissants bounce with chocolate or vanilla filling, and award-winning fresh baked pies, including their key lime pie, voted the best in the Keys. Pick up their unique Old Town Bakery t-shirts for a friend or yourself and give the gift of deliciousness with a gift card available for purchase in-store. And their catering menu is available to make that next event memorable. Old Town Bakery on the corner of Eaton and Grinnell. Stop in or order online. OldTownBakeryKeyWest.com.
Your home is your castle, your sanctuary. Rack Advanced Control brings together the electrical and smart technology that make your home comfortable, secure, and effortless to live in. Imagine music flowing seamlessly through every room, beautiful lighting that adjusts to your lifestyle, motorized shades, climate control, and energy management all working together automatically. From integrated audio and video systems to discrete security cameras and professional electrical services, Rack Advanced Control designs and installs technology that works in perfect harmony. Originally founded in California, Rack Advanced Control has over 20 years of experience serving the luxury residential market and was honored as a 2024 Lutron Excellence Award Integrator. Now with an office in Key West, Florida, Rack brings world-class smart home design and electrical expertise to the Florida Keys. Make your home smarter, safer, and more enjoyable to live in. Call 786-647-9647 or visit rackav.com. Rack Advanced Control. Intelligent luxury, expertly installed.
Good morning, dear. Breakfast almost ready?
In a minute. So did you happen to call someone about spalling repair for the house?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Honey, you know how important spalling repair is, especially here in the Keys. If that spalling damage gets any worse...
Don't worry. I'll call Design Center in Marathon.
When?
Today.
How about now?
Okay, dear. Now.
Design Center, the most efficient spalling contractor in the Keys, providing the fastest results. With over 40 years combined experience in spalling repair and a member of the International Concrete Repair Institute, Design Center can handle the largest jobs to small structures. They also handle quite a number of condominium and county projects. Mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair. Visit DesignCenterFL.com or call 305-735-4042. Design Center, 6677 Overseas Highway Marathon. License number CGC 1523838. Remember, mention this ad or the program you're listening to and receive 10% off your spalling repair from Design Center.
This is Ollie North for 4-Star Rentals. 4-Star Rentals is the most complete rental store in the Keys. They can provide rental equipment for every do-it-yourself project from your house to your yard. Bobcats, chippers, chainsaws, and tile saws, you name it, they have it. They also deliver throughout the Keys. That's 4-Star Rentals. Model marker 4.5 on Stock Island. These guys are really good. That's 4-Star Rentals. Go see them soon.
Check us out. What Colonel Ollie North says is absolutely true. We're locally owned and operated. We offer a fleet of delivery trucks for fast all-in-one delivery. 4-Star Rentals is the oldest tool rental and party store in the Florida Keys. We make it easy to get that job done for that party or very special event. We're located at mile marker 4.5 in Key West, or just call us and we'll come to you. 4-Star Rentals, 294-7171. That's 294-7171. Remember, Colonel Ollie North never lies.
Historic Pepe's Cafe in Key West, founded in 1909, still does things the old way. Diachronic, if you will. How about fresh squeezed juices? Think how good that margarita or Greyhound will taste. Blue Point oysters shucked to order because oysters work better that way. Fresh breads and outstanding specials in an eatery that opened the same year Ole Evinrude invented the first outboard motor. And get a jump on someone's birthday and check out our retail offerings for some great gift ideas. Pepe's Cafe, Old Town Key West, of course.
Good morning, Keys on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5.
And good morning, Keys. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5. The Talk of the Keys. A reminder that this show can be seen on local TV, channel 27, Keys Living TV. It airs at 11 o'clock and 5 o'clock daily, as well as locally, nationally, internationally on Roku streaming. And you can download the app for free at your favorite app store, keyslivingtv.com. Going to say good morning to our friend Abe Conn. He is the president of the Navy League Key West Council. Good morning to you, Abe.
And good morning to you and all your listeners, Michael.
Yes, thanks so much for being here and taking the time to be here. Thank you so much for your service to our country for so many years. And now your service as the Navy League Key West Council president. And again, people may not be fully aware. They may have heard us talk about it before. They may have not, but the Navy League is here to educate, to advocate, and to support here locally, supporting all members of all services in our community.
Correct. We're primarily, we're chartered to support the sea services, but in Key West, we're unique and we have the Joint Interagency Task Force, or JIATF, which, works down there out of Truman Annex, doing the counter drug mission. And, they have a mixture of different services, even Space Force folks. So we try to help everybody. We're not just dealing with Coast Guard and Navy. We are an equal opportunity group when it comes to the services. So
yeah, well, Abe, it is primarily sea service that you get involved in, but as you mentioned, supporting all the services, which we all should be doing anyway. But the Navy League has particular function in that regard, and the Jeffrey Palazzo. So tell us what that is about. More than just a name, obviously.
Yeah. So last time we spoke, we were getting ready. A lot of people don't realize these big cutters. You see these 110-foot cutters we see in, patrolling our waters around Key West. We have 6 of them that are here in Key West, but there's been 71 of these, or 70 some to 4 of these ships made. And what happens in Key West is Key West takes delivery from Bollinger, the ship company, for every single one of these. So the crew comes here early, they take custody. Now, it's not the commissioning, but we just had one down here, the Jeffrey Palazzo, and Jeffrey Palazzo was a New York City fireman that perished in 9/11. He was also a reservist for the Coast Guard. So they named one of these boats for him, and we got to be on it for that delivery. And from there, once the crew trains on it, then it's going to go up to New York City, and they'll have a formal commissioning ceremony. And then from there, it'll move off and on to Guam, which is a pretty interesting trip for these guys. So we got to meet the crew, we got to meet the captain of their boat, and it was really a fantastic thing. And the awesome part about it is we keep having all these past commanders that have now made admiral. So Admiral Adam Shammy, who's a 2-star admiral now, was down here. He's in charge of the Coast Guard district up there in Miami. So now he's all over South Florida. But he came from us down here. He was a captain and in charge of the sector down here. So it was great seeing him. And it was great seeing him as a 2-star admiral from a captain. So it's always a pleasure.
Absolutely, it is. Again, Abe Conn, he's president of the Navy League Key West Council on Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the talk of the Keys. We also had a change of command. You talked about personnel rising in the ranks. Well, we had a change of command on the Coast Guard cutter here recently, the James. So tell us about that event.
Yeah, so I was on board the James yesterday with a lot of folks. The mayor was there, and the sheriff, and the chief of police was there, and our city manager. So I was fortunate to get an invite, and this is interesting. So the James is a 474-foot cutter. We don't even have those down here. It's a national response cutter, and it's real big. It can't even fit by the Coast Guard base itself. So it was over by the outer mole. And I got to go on that yesterday, and very rarely does a ship that's home ported, and this one's home ported out in, I think it was Charlotte, they're underway actually. And because of the timing, they pulled into port down here, and they actually changed command right here in Key West. It was fantastic. We had helicopters on the deck, and it was really great. And we keep going back to folks that were here in Key West, and originally Admiral Admiral Bourdain. She was the 2-star at the Joint Interagency Task Force, or the JATF command down there by Truman, and now she's a 3-star. So she was in yesterday, and it was awesome to see her. So all these admirals keep finding their way back to Key West, and the thing I find amazing is they're coming in the warm weather, not when it's usually chilly up north somewhere, and they want to go warm up. So they love Key West, whether it's warm or cold. So it's great seeing old familiar faces, and the Navy League loves supporting these all these different events down here.
Yes. So it must be. It's interesting. I know you have spent a lot of time overseas, and probably some of that time was spent on ships. But as a retired, distinguished colonel in the U.S. Army, it would have seemed that a lot of your time was spent on land, and now a lot of your time is being spent on ships.
It's truly a whole different thing. I often kid around, an Army guy in a Navy town where it's mostly ships. It was like relearning the military again. Their expressions, their sayings. I spent very little time on a ship, a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there, but to actually go and to tour these things, we had the Cooperstown here a few weeks ago. They were here for a port visit, getting some stuff fixed. And, it's interesting because the Cooperstown was here and the whole ship is baseball. It's that. So you go on there, and it's all this amazing. The memorabilia might be worth as much as the entire ship. It's fantastic, wow. And so there's so much cool stuff. And Michael, we just started a sponsorship program for the younger folks down here, and where we went to the command master chiefs and said, hey, a lot of these kids, some of them are getting into a little trouble, some of them are having a little too much fun down on Duval there. And, there's more to Key West than just the having a good time on Duval Street. And I don't condone or advocate it. I'm just saying there are other parts that a lot of the younger folks, maybe their first duty station, they don't see about Key West. So we have a lot of folks. We got the idea actually from the last skipper that was here, Beth Rigoli, and she said, I wonder if we could do something where some of the folks that have been here for 5, 10, 15 years, maybe lifelong folks that have been here, if we could have sponsors like they do at the academy. So we picked that up actually, and we're just kicking that off now, where we have folks that are in the community, and a lot of the new folks, maybe they don't know where to go get their car fixed, or who's the doctor to go to if they need somebody on the side as a specialist, or where's the best place to get this item or that item. Some of them have offered, hey, we're empty nesters, we'd love to take some of the younger kids out on the boat to Snipes on the weekend. Just different things that they can do down here. A lot of them don't go home, or they can't afford the trip to go home to family for the holidays. We'll have them at our house, kind of thing. So it's slowly taking off, but we're enjoying the ride here, and it's a test. So we're going to see how that works out. I look forward to reporting more on that to you as we get into the sponsorship program.
Absolutely. Well, a lot of people can take part in the sponsorship program, and you would personally benefit by doing that as a sponsor. But of course, the individual that you choose to sponsor will also benefit greatly. And again, the Navy League is dedicated to helping improve the morale and support those in primarily the sea services, but in all branches of the military. I'm sure that those service members, and the new ones especially, are benefiting from the Navy League's involvement and the perspectives and experience and support of people like you who have served our country in so many capacities so valiantly. But those who are interested in the Navy League, anybody can really take part in attending a meeting to see what it's all about, right?
That's correct.
Mhm.
And I get it all the time. I thought I had to be in the military to be in it. You don't. You
Mm.
don't. You just have to want to support the folks in the military. And I mentioned it here before. I love it. It's a great thing for couples to get involved with. You can be as active or as not active as you want to be. It's a very small, I think it's 25, it's $50 for the year kind of thing per person. And it's just, if anybody's interested, all you really have to do is just type in Google and just type in Key West Navy League. Everything will come up, all your points of contact, the way to join. And we meet the first Thursday of every month over on Sigsbee, right past the car wash and across from the dog park is the community center. And we'd love to see new faces. And it's just, you don't have to be military. You don't have to just come down and, it's a great thing to do as a couple, as a single person. All you have to do is want to help. And it's not just me. I just kind of am the director standing up there making things happen. But we are such an active group of folks. We just did the 250th thing where we had a float in the parade, and then we all got together after down there by the park by the Ingham, and it was just a terrific experience.
Yes. Well, those experiences continue. Again, we encourage all to support the military and support the Navy League and attend a meeting. See if it is for you. I can't imagine it would not be. Again, it is Abe Conn. He's president of the Navy League, Key West Council, Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. Well, Abe, we appreciate you spending the time with us this morning. And of course, we're always indebted to you for your years of service to our country. We have people like you to thank for our 250 years of freedom here in the United States. So thank you, sir. Is there anything else, though, we should mention at this time?
No, thanks for your kind words, and thanks to all the great people out in Key West. And I love being with you and with everybody and chatting and keeping everybody up to date. And as I always do, I sign off kind of with, be kind to each other and treat people like you want to be treated.
Yes. And one final note we'll sign off with, while we're giving thanks, we also want to thank your wife for her community service in so many ways to education and other causes too. So thank you, Mindy.
I'll let her know. But thanks
there
so
you
much.
go. Never hurts
She's
for either
awesome.
one of us to butter up a spouse, right? So there you go.
No. You guys should have her on one day. So.
I think we will.
All right.
Thank you, Abe. You have a wonderful day, sir. Take care.
You too, brother.
Okay.
Great talking with you, and see everybody soon.
Always. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye now.
Bye
It's
now.
Abe Conn. He's with us. He's president of the Navy League, Key West Council. You can go to NavyLeagueKeyWest.org to find out more. This is Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. We are getting ready for Glenn Beck. He's coming your way in just a few moments. It's going to be another busy news cycle all weekend long. We will keep you engaged and informed with breaking news as soon as it happens. Local, state, national news is updated at least every half hour, weather around the clock. Keys Talk 96.9, 102.5, the Talk of the Keys. Thank you for listening.